Bonjour, hello, welcome to Max Mountain World. I'm standing outside the affiliate office of in Edinburgh of Max Mountain World. So today, never far away from a ski slope. Here's the video. And today I am in the hotel. It's just off the bypass, the Edinburgh City bypass to the south of the city. And behind us here to the south is the Pentland Hills. Now I'm going to go up and check out an old haunt of mine, the ski resort as it were of Hillend. It used to be called, I think it's Midlothian Ski Centre now, it's maybe been called something else, but I'll find out later on. So from the car park here in the hotel, if I can zoom in here, you'll see I can just make out the uplifts there. There's the pylons. I think that's, I don't know if that looks like a button toe. Not running quite yet, it opens in about 15 minutes. I'm going to head up there and check it out. See how much has changed since I was last there, which is quite a while back. And that opened in 1969 and I was one of the first people on it. So, going to jump in a taxi and get a lift up there, and I'll probably walk back. It's a lovely day today, which is kind of strange in Scotland, but yeah. That stuff aside, it is forecast to be a good day today, perhaps with a little bit of wind, but we can handle that. So just blipping down along, you can see the ski slope up to the right there, and that's where I'm heading, apart from the trees. So yeah, just say I get a taxi up, it gets me up there pretty quickly, and I'll have a bit of time afterwards, so I'll probably walk back. Love walking around these parts. Just as we swing off the main road, there's works going on. This has been modified big time. I gather from what I was told that they're making the approach road for the resort up the top a bit wider and bigger. As you can see, the road itself is pretty narrow. So huge modifications going on to the parking area and stuff. There must be a lot of upgrades. I'll get further up in a wee while and just see exactly what's what, but let's go up to the actual centre where the start of the lifts are. Camera has a wee issue with the shadow on this, but if I move in closer, this is the layout of the resort, the skiing area, the uplifts and stuff. There's not much running just now. They're busy with the modifications, and there's no one here. They have no clients today, so just me. So as I say, nobody here, but they have a sprinkler system in here because when it's dry the mat goes very slow, and there's the sprinklers built into the matting to sort of lube it up and make it faster for skiing and more controllable. So we'll just have a wee look in here. I better speak to this guy first before I start throwing cameras at him. So at the bottom here they have two button toes. One takes up to sort of like the halfway point and one goes up the top. The chairlift, a two-seater fixed chairlift, that was originally here in 1969 when it was first set up, and that goes up to the top, although you do have the option, I'll have a look at that, to get off halfway. And I've not come across that in the Alps at all, but yeah, used to come across it a lot here as well. And this is originally, when 69, they got this from Cairngorm, one of the ski resorts up the north there, and what we have here is still exactly as it was originally, and that's a Volkswagen Beetle engine that powers this. So, and obviously it has all the usual safety checks on a regular basis and stuff as well. It's not running because there's no clients. There's no point in running it if there's no one to use it. Just to show what the surface is, this obviously gets used a lot. So looking at round at the edge here, it's actually quite springy, and these are like fine bristles in the matting. It's slightly different over, this is the jump slope at the top here. I'll have a look over that in a bit as well. I'm going to take a wander up. It's a little bit windy up here, so oops, it's quite slippy to walk on as well. Quite awkward, but the guys have given me permission to do so. So the first button lift on the right there just stops just above me here, and you can slope over to there or go down this slope on the left of me here. Now they do have luge through rail, a sledge and rails system set up here. I wonder if they do mountain biking as well, I don't know. But this other one that I'm standing directly under goes right to the top of the skiing area. And like I say, the chairlift, oh, this wind isn't too bad. The chairlift here, you can come off here, just basically you slope off the front of the chair, and the chair carries on up to the top. This is basically a bluish sort of level of slope down, and maybe sort of reddish level of slope on the up. You can see a competition start point over there as well. Maybe have a quick zoom in on that one there. So yeah, nice to have the place to myself and not have any suicidal skiers and snowboarders getting in my way, or me getting in their way, more to the point. And we'll come over to the top of what's called here the fun slope, and all its regulations and whatnot. But yeah, you would ski into here, and then this is not slippy, this is walky stuff. So normally the guys would be sitting here, they'd take their board or skis off, and they would add to the collection. And we've got the jump slope down here, where you've got a slight jump, middle size, and you've got the big one at the bottom there. And the matting for the jump slope is much softer, still quite abrasive, but certainly if you fall on that, it's not going to do quite so much damage as if you fall on that. So I'm not sure how much the wind is going to destroy this. Just been waiting for a bit of a pause in the wind. It's difficult. But yeah, when I was down at the hotel, there's a garage next door that serves up stuff. I've got a couple of small Melton Mowbray pies, Scotch egg. Those are luxury foods for me. I don't get them in France. And a Red Bull to top up the energy and give me some wings. So that's it. Just have another little look around at an area below. I'll explain that in a second there. Okay, so what I'll do here in the lead out, wind. Yeah, it always was a windy place, this. I'll do a view check round here. The view from here, as with a lot of ski stations, is absolutely astonishing. Beautiful day to see it, a beautiful clear day. So I'll do a view check. It won't be a quick one, it'll be quite a long one. And a quick look at what's going on with the works on the right hand side at the bottom there. I think there's beginner slopes and all sorts. So we'll have a look at that. That's it for today. This is Midlothian Ski Centre, or Midlothian Sports Centre, or it did start out in life being called Hillend because it's at the end of the Pentland mountain range to my left here, but it's changed and got more commercialised and stuff. So that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Probably need to get a shift on here. Dark clouds coming in from the west, same as at home. The weather comes from the west. So having a look ahead of us here, we have the Firth of Forth, which opens up to our right to the North Sea. Now ahead of us, the other side, over there, is Fife, the Kingdom of Fife it's known as, and we have the city of Edinburgh in our immediate foreground here. So just going around, and it's just an astonishing view. Down to the centre of Edinburgh, ahead of us we have the Braids, where there's a golf course down there. In the early 60s when I started skiing, we used to ski there as a family down in the golf course, just the other side of the green hill ahead of us there. Straight ahead in the centre of Edinburgh, on the right is Arthur's Seat, or I think its full name is King Arthur's Seat, and the left there is Salisbury Crags, right in the centre of Edinburgh. Then we're looking over towards the North Sea to the right, and big city Edinburgh, and it opens up to the North Sea, as I say, way ahead. And we're actually looking at a distance of about, to that hill ahead of us, the mountain, or I forget what it's called, should know, but that's about 50 miles away in a straight line, about 80 kilometres away in a straight line. That's how clear the day is today. And then running over to the right, even further down to the Scottish borders. So we've actually got a skier arrived. Not sure if they'll start up a button toe for this person, or if they're just there for a beginner's practice or something. Helmets are compulsory here. Yeah, they've fired up a button toe. So just like the chairlift with the longer of the two button toes, which is the one they've fired up, they do have the option to get off halfway or continue on up. Be interesting to see what this person does. Small kid with mum sitting down in the background there. So yeah, carrying on up. No, getting off here. When this was built and subsequently opened in 1969, I was one of the first people on it at a very young age. And at the time it was the largest artificial ski station in Europe. And I'm led to believe it still is, especially with all the works and the way that it's grown quite a lot. There's extra slopes being built in since then, all sorts. This restaurant area and stuff, that's all since then. It was very basic when it started up. So I'm going to take a wander across and a wander down. We'll have a quick look at the side of the jumps there, and we'll see what's going on beyond the trees with the works. Now that was obviously a warm-up for this girl. She's heading up the top now. Or maybe that's a drop-off point as well, but no, she's going right up. Quite steep up there. Now I've picked up a ski pole that was lying. I'll just chuck that down to them, why not? It'll help me steady myself as well when I'm walking down this bit here. And I've also got picked up some rubbish, ever being a mountain man. And yeah, put the camera down just now while I go down the side of this. So as I mentioned just now, the jump slope, you come down here. This pole's quite handy for pointing stuff out. This is the main big jump, and that's quite a large jump when you think you've got to land on something that's not as soft as snow. You can go around the other side of it, not quite so steep, or the easy bit straight in front of me here. And they've even got a little side jump on the side there as well. And like most skiing areas, it's facing north. That is directly north ahead of us there, over Burnt Island, Kirkcaldy, Glenroth is over to the right there. And it's obviously in the winter as such, it doesn't get much sun and much light, so there's a lighting system that's been set up. That wasn't there originally either. So you come down here, they've got rails and boxes and stuff built in as well. These are movable, they can set them all up. And they set them up sometimes for competitions. You get all sorts. Slalom competitions, you can see maybe some slalom poles there. And there is actually a British championship for dry slope skiing. Dry slope championships for stuff like the jumps and stuff as well, and racing and slaloms. There's actually quite a network throughout Britain of these artificial facilities, but this is the biggest. Over to the right there with a magic carpet, as it's called, a mat that runs up. This is a beginner's area, and across here is a walkie ski area, I believe, with the sledge rail thing, quite a big one as well, across to the right there. And protection matting at the bottom here, quite effective too. quite soft. So this is there's a lot of new matting going in as well. This is what it's made of, upside down obviously, metal based, but it's got these bristles underneath. So they must be building some new stuff across here for skiing, I don't know, or maybe replacing matting. I did see up the top there was a little black spot, so maybe they're replacing some of the old stuff with new. Across here there used to be the mountain lodge here, restaurant thing, but that's since changed, and they're obviously expanding this well over to the left here, not just the parking, but there's more skiing stuff up there, which I can't access because it's fenced off. I was just chatting to the guy that's the lift attendant here. Coincidentally, he comes from the same village as me down the borders, West Linton, which is where I was brought up. I was born here in Edinburgh, but the family, I was brought up down in the borders there. Bit of a coincidence there. And he's given me a little heads up on something. So in the very end here, I'm going to have a quick look at what he's told me is available to do. So he told me about this plaque here. It was open to the public on the 8th of December 1965, which is when I was first up here. The mistake I made was that I gather that the chairlift was installed in '69 and they expanded up. If I explain here, they expanded up the steep slope to the top with the chairlift installation. So through the changing rooms here, he did tell me there's a lot of photos from the past. Wow. Changed days. That's the same place. Awesome. What's behind here? This was after it was built. The initial building was here. Then the chairlift came in and they built up the top here, which is the steeper part. There was a run round there. They've done away with it since. They had little jumps built on it all the way down. And this is the auxiliary, the extra slope they built off the side there, but the jump slope was more recent than that, and obviously there's no sledge and rails in this photo as well. So see what else I have here. It kind of progresses here because now we do have the jump slope, but not as it is today. They've modified it with the stuff that you saw earlier. Or no, that's the jump slope there. That's the beginners area, and I gather the new beginners area is over the left here. Wow, and you can see there's two runs for the ski toes that go up. Awesome. And one more from the early days. No helmets back then. In the end here I'll head up for a coffee. Get my coffee fix for the morning. This is so well set up. Ski hire, this is the returns. If I remember rightly, the hire area is beyond here on the left. Lockers for people that can rent out to leave their gear here. Drinking water, all the helmets and stuff. And this is where you pick up your hired gear. So, right at the bottom of the slopes. Alright, let's go and get that coffee. See what the ski lodge is all about. Which is just here. I've been informed by the staff there that it's open. So, coffee! Finally, when you've hired your skis and boots, you pick up your sticks, various different sizes here. And again, reminders that helmets here are absolutely compulsory. Bit of music going on, so keep yapping. lothianskiracing.co.uk. On the old nostalgia front as well. When I first started skiing, these are very similar to the ones that I would be using. Certainly the same type of fixings. And even older ones there. You can see the length of them. Lace-up boots. Nice to see that the newer stuff is decorated with the older stuff. Okay, that's it again. Thanks for watching. Coffee time.